Hey, welcome back, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab, in this book. Oh, I'm having some fun. I got some good stuff for you. Let's get this party started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. And there's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get it together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. It's rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. Right thinkers, let's talk about the HORM dash I can't, better known as the Sphinx. We're going to talk about the pharaonic headdress for starters. Does that back mane look familiar? The front, they call it the Nemic's cross, but the back is the mane of the, supposed to be the lion. The Sphinx is the body of a lion. This is more normal. Now I'm going to show you a few pictures. And all this one being the original. These is all with the AI generated, but this will look with the white man face. See that? That ain't on none of us. That ain't us. That's a computer generated, but they fake it out. Here's another one with the Sphinx. They got a little, and it's right here. There's supposed to be a little something right in there. Another again, fake. This is the real Sphinx. Okay, those are reasonable facsimiles. Okay, and what they were doing was mimicking. This here is the constellation of Leo, the lion. This is it. Now, this is what they was mimicking. This is the other half to this. This is the other half to this. We still got this. This is gone. You know how long ago that was when that constellation was in the sky? I love this part. 10,858 BCE. But wait, nope. I just gave you the date. Okay, it ain't about nothing. I just gave you the date. What you heard, what you thought. Okay, we got all different kind of names for them, and I'm gonna got another bit of information I've just come across. I love learning something new that I can teach to you. It was a female lion in Egypt. When the name ended in a T, that represents the female. I just showed you the first picture. It says that's a modern rendition of the Sphinx, showing a prominent lionin headdress. We're dealing with the headdress. Remember the pharaonic headdress? And now with the headdress, I forgot to show you. If you notice, they are intricate. On this side here, it's going to be 20 rows that way. On the back here is 20 rows that way. Okay? Everything with them was symmetric. Everything with them had a purpose and a meaning. Remember, they didn't have words. So they used the hieroglyphic pictures to say what they had to say. And they're very astute in doing that. This here new rendition showing you the headdress from the side view. And you see okay. First, this here modern one. What's missing? I could play all kind of games with this stuff. If I had kids, man, I could play all kind of games. What's the difference in this Sphinx and this Sphinx? This Sphinx got a beard. He don't. This Sphinx got a regular nose. He do too. But guess what? He don't. So there's little secrecy that I just learned and studied about. If I was going to teach it, that's how I would teach you to recognize certain things. But this is the breakout in the sky, the zodiac sign. Remember, now that sign was in the sky for 2,000 years. That's why the Egyptians, who was building the pyramids using the Orion belt, they got the next one, Orion. The Leo was 10,000 years ago. Is the first monument built from the concept of the constellation. And that's where it comes from. Out of here, whole people talking about this, is that, is this. Yeah. It's good to know your homework or do your homework and know what you're talking about. I'm going to give you some good breakdown for this one. I just showed you the second Sphinx, In the second one, it don't look like he got the headdress right, but again, that's the great Haru M. Aket. This is supposed to be a female, okay? Not a good-looking female, but the idea is supposed to be a female lioness. Aket, meaning it should be a woman. And right here, the Sphinx, the bottom one I showed you, the Sphinx is the oldest known monument, and it relates to what? The solar mysticism, meaning the zodiac, of Anu, meaning the first time. If the Sphinx was built in Anu the first time, that means it goes back to at least 10,000 years. And in order for them to build that, in order for it to line up with the celestial constellation of the zodiac, they would have had to have that knowledge of that prior to that. They didn't just come up with the idea all of a sudden, willy-nilly just do no. They knew. That's the beauty part about it. And watch this. It's the oldest monument relating to the solar mysticism of Anu, as well as the oldest form of spiritual practice known to man. From it, we also derive certain important knowledge in reference to what? The antiquity of the civilization of our ancient Commission. I used to say Egypt Commission. But the Kemet was Akibalan, Tamari, whatever. But the Egyptians named us Egypt. The Greeks named us Egyptians. So, and we still go by that name to this day. Moving on. Here's the picture of what they saw in the skies at night in Egypt over 10,000 years ago. As above, so below. So they're going to make, see the bottom picture? That's the constellation held up. That's the other half of the Sphinx that everybody been looking for. What? If that's the Sphinx on the horizon, where's the Sphinx of the sunset? That is him in the sky. Okay? Misinterpretation. They still running around looking for the other Sphinx. Until he come back around again in the zodiac sign, they ain't going to find him. Moving on. And this is just a history lesson with understanding. Hopefully I get my point across. The constellation of Leo the Lion. You wonder why Shu and Tefnut are represented by two lions, aren't they? The twin lions. They was asphyxiated on lions. I had no idea. And it all makes so much sense now. It's amazing how when you can have a bunch of stuff, a bunch of information, but until you, like the constellation, until they connected the constellation, they didn't know that was what it was, but when they connect the dots, they might knew this, they might knew that, they might knew this, they might knew that. But once you put them all together and connected, look what you got. That's the beauty part about having information and knowledge and being able to put it together where it all makes sense in the end. They was doing this with the constellation. You know how smart, how astute, how advanced you got to do that. But then again, they didn't have a whole bunch of distractions. So looking up in the sky and mimicking it might not have been, but I'm just saying, I'm amazed with that. So, and again, it's a lot more to that constellation than just mimicking it. You had to understand it. You had to live it. You had to practice it. We're still using the zodiac to this day. Horoscope. Okay, Haru. Okay? I just showed you the lion, constellation of Leo, representing the lion. I showed you what the Sphinx was, and the Sphinx is that old. Older than the pyramids. The Sphinx was first. And they said it talks to you. It told Thutmose, you clean me out, I'll make you Pharaoh. Can't call him a liar. He became the Pharaoh. Moving on. These all have stories, good stories. Moving on. The Great Sphinx faces due east. And in the year, you ready? Circa 10,800 BCE, a perfect conjunction is created as the Sphinx faces the rising sun and the constellation of Leo the Lion. It was mimicking what they saw in the sky. And they found out because my man, they couldn't figure out, they couldn't put them things together. I was with them and said, well, they're going to figure out sooner or later. When they did, he took the computer and ran the constellations back to 10,000 years. Look, what we got? Yeah, bingo, there it is. Every constellation is in the zodiac as you go through it. That's how they prove their time on Earth. That's how they know how old the Sphinx really is. Not carbon dating. Well, we only can go back, 6,000 years. The Sumerians started to... Stop. Moving on. I just showed you the other picture at the bottom. Picture number 25. The Sphinx on Earth faces due east. Why? Because at the beginning of the great year, 10,800 years ago, and facing the constellation as it makes its helioc rising in the sky. If you superimpose them, they're not like this, but they're like that in the sky while they're facing. But really, they superimpose to be on top of each other, okay? This will fit right into that, okay? They're not looking at each other. You see, they're looking away, representing the two lines we got. Shu and Tefnu represent Aker and Iket, today and tomorrow, okay? That was the concept. Where we at? Okay, now we got another one. Picture number 26. This is the great Haru M. Iket, Sphinx of Egypt. And see, whenever you put the T on it, it's supposed to be effeminate. It's supposed to do look a little, look a little soft. So, but yeah, I didn't have an idea or that concept until my man, one of our teachers, brought that to attention. And what he was saying was, we was on the cusp of Leo going into Virgo. So the head was of the female. It made a lot of sense. See, my thing is, if it makes sense, I can work with it. But if it don't make sense, I'm not working with it. That's all. It makes plenty of sense. But now we got what they call Harati. Ra-Herakthti. That means human head. It don't say man head. And I like that. Why? Because it's the speculation. It's this, it's that. No, my man made the best defense of a statement. If you can make it make sense. And like I said, it's a female. Why? Representing Virgo, the next sign coming up. He merged them together. Virgo and Leo at the cusp. It makes a lot of sense. I understand the astrological jargon. So yeah, I get it. I understand it. Ain't no comment. But right here, Ra-Herakthti. Okay, on this one, well, the first I showed you, it was Haru M. Iket. That's the first one, like a woman. This I'm showing you now, this is how it looks when they both come together. Right? Ra-Herakthti. That's a human head. They didn't say man, they didn't say woman, but it's the head of a human. But the name tells you, if you pay attention, and give you a little insight, and my man pays strict attention. I like that. But anyway, it means to signify the purpose is it's a human head, lion body, the spirit of mind and matter coming together as one, the subtle along with the gross. Earth, heaven, animal, human. It comes together. The human nature, the animal beastly nature, it should rise to become what? Conscious. That's man. Man has what? The consciousness that all animals don't have, not even lions. So that was the concept. And the whole point is, let me show you again. I'm loving this. Hope you understand what I'm doing here. This is good stuff. See at the bottom there? You can take the Sphinx and you can superimpose it on the constellation of Leo the Lion. It fits perfect, right? And with the head being round, that's Ra. Ra is always the sun disk, okay? When you see anything Ra, that means it's God, concept, circle. Watch this. Now it shows you the constellation of Ra-Rati, Ra-Uti, Ra-Karati, same thing. Watch this, I'll break that down for you 1 second. But it's spelled RWUA/TI, the lion of the zodiac. Leo. And anybody born under that sign is braggadocious, egotistical, fit the bill. I was a Capricorn. I'm not like him. No, we nothing alike. So being like him that way, I would never run around and be life is short. I've never been like that, so that was never my thing. The drum major, look at me, I'm this, I'm that. No, but my old man pulled it off. But that was in his nature. That was a gift. He come in and just take over. Okay, that's not my zodiac sign. That's for the Leos, and most of y'all had the same way of doing things. All right, now the line of the zodiac, in conjunction with, again, Ra, which is the sun disk, the sun at the beginning of the great year. That means we just had the great year. We came into the great year. The great month is the 2,155 or 60 days, the zodiac sign. We just left out of Pisces. Now we're in Aquarius. We're going to be here for the next 2,000 some odd years. And guess what? I won't be around, but next one coming up is Capricorn. But the fact that we're going to be in Aquarius, we're going to have to be dealing with water, and the water is symbolically meaning knowledge. Or information. We're in the information age. And right now, the information highway, the media, it's the Autobahn. Ain't no speed limit. They just off the chain. But they knew we was heading here. I didn't know I was heading here. Why? I was just accumulating information during the Pisces age, where everything was, quiet. What the hell was the big secret? That was the Pisces age. Everything was secretive, and they carried that out to the bitter end. They still riding secrets. No, my man. Everybody gonna be exposed. The best thing you can do now is be transparent and honest. Well, that might not work either, because that guy in the White House ain't neither one of them. Moving on. You could have been that my pastor. I'll leave that alone. Okay. But I'm trying to make my point. Right, I see the clock. I got one more page for you. But this is going to be good. Now, the constellation, the little zodiac, it represents the beginning of the great year. That was 10,000 years ago. We just left the great month out of Pisces. Now we're into Aquarius. When we do this, month 2100, 12 times, then we'll go, that's called the great year. Hope you understand that. And watch this. And you got the great year, it produces her Aket, female version of Haru, manifesting in the horizon. Remember, Haru is called the what? Great he-she. So he can be a he or a she. Beautiful. Love it. Now, at the end, we getting there. Now they just showing you Ra. The outline of the constellation is there, and Ra fits perfect in there, okay? Let me read this lesson right here for you. The great year is a system of what? Of time reckoning, and is based on the precession of the said equinox. The precession is the slow revolution of the earth on its axis, rotating, wobbling, all right, about the poles, north and south, of the ecliptic poles, okay? And what? It is caused by the lunar and solar, what? Perturbations, actions of the earth, equilateral bulge. Remember the earth has got that little bulge in the middle? All this, they knew that. The ancients knew all that. Excuse me. I get excited. They knew that the earth was round. So, again, moving on. And watch this. Equal bulge that causes the westward motion of the stars that takes 2,500 and 800 years, 2,500, 800 years, 2,500, 800 years to complete. Okay? At the beginning of the great year, know when it started? 10,800 or 10,500 BCE, somewhere around there. But they knew that the constellation that was the end, the Leo, rose up in the sky, and along with the line of the ecliptic, just when the sun would dawn at the same time, marking the beginning of the current great year cycle, which lasts again 25,800 years. That's a long ass time. Okay? That's what the zodiac sign, that's the original time. So we used to have 13 months, 28-day cycle. When the kings and queens decided they want to change, Sabbath day used to be holy, now we got Sunday. So man just do what man do. God don't concern himself with what man do. Nature gonna do what nature does. It haven't changed a bit. So let's just see, wrapping it up now at the end. This is the concept that they showed. Okay, here you go. That's what it looks like. What they said. They're looking at each other at the sunrise. They both looking at each other. But you see up here, Aker and Aket, they representing time. I'm going to break that down for you. That's going to be the end of the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me get this thing wrapped up for you. Now, the Sphinx on Earth has a counterpart. Not on Earth, but it's the Sphinx that's in heaven. I worked all the time just to make that point. I worked hard for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just trying to make all points, trying to get it all out there because I like this. The Sphinx on Earth has a counterpart to the Sphinx, which is in heaven. The astral plane is not. You see how this is blacked out? No body, no physical part, edged out, so to speak. And the physical one got the stone and the physical body. That's the difference between them. They're going to be, one is on earth and one is in heaven. Come on now, hope you get the concept. I'm about to wrap it up. I'm taking it home. In essence, you had a horizon of the earth plane, physical, and you had a horizon of the astral plane, which is mental. And in this view I just showed you, the Sphinx on earth and the Sphinx in heaven complete each other and form what? Two halves to make what? Aker and Aket. My girl and my guy. But a guy named Aker first, and Aket is second. It's a female. And the symbol, but it turned face to face, but turned, I just showed you, facing each other. Remember we seen it the other way? They're not facing each other. But when you put it this way, at the end, when it rises like it's supposed to, when they begin it, dun, 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 dun. They knew all of this thousands of years ago. That's what freaks me out. All right, let me go. Let me wrap it up. This is why I dealt with them. I chose to follow them. And they're on point. Again, let me finish this up for you. But the Sphinx on earth and the Sphinx in heaven complement each other in the form of two halves, to Aker and Aket, the symbol, but turned facing each other, looking at the sun, which is what? Between them. This is my sign. This, I use the same concept. Aker and Aket, and that's me coming up. Why? I'm conscious. I'm in the moment. I know who I am. In essence, turning away from what? The earthly plane and towards what? The transcendental, spiritual, astral plane, where that's where the body can't go. It stays here. But the spirit goes reclaim back where it comes from. Okay, conceptually. Now, I just showed you conjunction between earth and heaven. That's that string, that silver cord that connects human beings. That's that cord right there. Right here. Okay? From earth to heaven. The celestial from the terrestrial. Okay? Earth and heaven. Earth is the body. It stays here. The spirit is astral, celestial. It goes back unless It don't get enlightened. We know we're going to enlighten our spirits. We ain't worried about the incarnation. That's the whole idea. We're talking past that. This is the constellation of what? The Ru, which means lion. The lion god, Ru Utar, lion god of the zodiac. The other one, Earth, is Herm M. Akep, female version, the Sphinx on Earth. And it was said to get into, you had to solve the riddle of the Sphinx. He would ask you a question, and if you couldn't solve it, he would kill you, symbolically. Because the Masons, and all Masons, please be better at explaining the symbology behind killing somebody if you tell them the secret, because they don't really get it. Just say, listen, in order for me to help you, I got to kill you. And let them know, kill up the ignorant you and enlighten you with the better you. That's what we do. Rough ashes to perfect ashes. I got all that knowledge. I got all the concepts. I'm just trying to give it to those who want it. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. You know a little bit more now about what? The Sphinx, or Harum Akhet, or Harum Akuti, or Harati. All the names mean the Sphinx in hue. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I always enjoy getting it to you. I got to go now, but in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, me 100 minus a day. So I never know that you all passed away. I'll be back. You know I got more.